On everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we do a live stream of the July 2nd MLB games, going over the news, the games of yesterday. We try to do it somewhat quick, so we don't obviously hit on every point, but we try. And the biggest news, I guess, going around the MLB yesterday has to do with Mr. Trevor Bauer. It's happening off the field, and he's been put on 7-day leave considering all that sexual assault allegations being made against him. Just being put on leave. He was supposed to start on Sunday, but they're going to end up going with a bullpen game. On top of that, Dodgers visited the White House yesterday, and from what the manager was saying, it seems like it was a very good visit, and on the field it looked like it really pumped up the team. So that was good to see. We have the Milwaukee Brewers, who hit 10 games in their win streak. You know what that means, and I'm still owe those Astros a video. So that's might have to figure something out, because we got a couple of teams already as well closing in on 10. We got the Dodgers, I think, that hit 7. We have another team that was at 6. And yeah, what else do we got? We got Shohei Ohtani showing how he is just an amazing player, and he won the game for his team in a completely different manner, running around the bases at full Mach speed with a nice play at home to end that one. So that one was a very exciting game. And we have division races heating up and other people falling out of the division races. So let's jump into it. We got 14 games to get through, so I'm going to try and rip through them. We keep the conversations going in the comments below, so make sure you join the community. Just like, subscribe, and comment. It's always fun to keep conversations going from people from all sorts of teams. First game of the night, we have the Phillies 4, Padres 3. And this was kind of a typical game, at least from the Phillies' perspective. They got out to a nice lead. They were 3-0 about halfway through this game. And we get to the 9th inning. Phillies bullpen blows it. 3 runs in the top of the 9th. They give up. And it's typical fashion. I think Phillies fans are used to this, not just this year, but over a long period of years. They've been blowing games. So they blow the game, and 3 runs on top of the 9th. And lucky for them, they get a nice walk-off in the bottom of the 10th. Forced extras, but a nice walk-off. Didi Gregorius hits his 5th home run of the season, and no home runs coming from the Padres side. Paddock goes 7, 3 earned runs, 5 Ks. That's a good outing for Paddock. He went 95 pitches, and we haven't really seen him go super deep a whole lot this season. On the other side, Zach Wheeler, 7.20 earned runs, 9 Ks. Does not get the win. So they basically put Wheeler out there for almost the entire game, and then to just avoid the bullpen, and then the bullpen still comes in and blows the game. That's typical Phillies at this point. Dodgers 10, Nationals 5. The Dodgers were down 3-0 about after 2 innings. In the 4th inning, they put up 1 run, but it wasn't until the 7th inning they must have remembered something that Biden or Kamala would said to them and be like, you know what, we can do this. And they put up 9 runs in that 7th inning. And that's what we know the Dodgers are very much capable of. Of all the teams in the MLB, I think they are the most common for putting up an inning of that caliber, for sure. Turner hits his 13th home run of the season, Pollock his 8th, and then for the Nationals, they were held home runless. Urias goes 6, 1 earned run, 3 Ks. He's been amazing this year. 10 and 3 on the season, 3.81. ERA is probably one of the most underrated starters for the Dodgers, for sure. Max Scherzer goes 6, 1 earned run, 8 Ks. He leaves the game with a lead. They go to the bullpen, and the bullpen just completely implodes. 3 pitchers in that 1 inning that they get demolished in. And that's a bad step for the Nationals, who are in that hunt of their lives. Brewers 7, Pirates 2. Brewers, like I said, 10th game in a row that they've won. They've just been rolling for sure. Adames leads the way with 3 hits, 1 RBI, and we have a couple guys with multi-hit games. Adames 13th home run of the season, Peterson his 3rd, and Bradley Jr. his 6th. Bradley Jr. has quietly been on a little bit of a roll there and there in the bottom lineup. I guess when you're batting 173 and you get a few hits in a row, that's considered a roll here. Reynolds for the Pirates, 15th home run of the season, but that's coming too little too late for them. Brubaker goes 6, 5 earned runs, 6 Ks. He's been roller coaster kind of a season for him. Hauser 6.2, 1 earned run, 5 Ks. Hauser, I think ever since I gave him a little bit of shade, he's turned his game around. So it's been nice to see him. Brewers now won 10 in a row. Moving along, we got the Bluejays 11, Rays 1. The last time these two teams met was during Tampa Bay's hottest streak, and as a Blue Jays fan, this one sticks out to me because the Rays got super lucky in a couple of those games. to come away with a win. So it was nice to see the Blue Jays demolish them in this case, and it was the bats as well as the pitching. It was just an all-around effort from the Blue Jays, which has been a rare thing you see from them this season. Springer got moved up to the cleanup spot in this game. He hit his 4th of the season. Semien, his 21st of the season, just showing exactly why he was number 1 in voting for second baseman. Guerrero taking the lead again. He's up to 27 home runs. And then we go down to the Jays pitching. Mr. Rookie Alex Monoah goes 7, 0 earned runs and 10 Ks. He was lightning yesterday. It was very good to see and very exciting for Blue Jays fans what he will be capable of. Patino on the other side goes 5.1, 5 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, only giving up 1 of the home runs. And then Springs coming in and gives up the other 2. It's a big win for the Blue Jays. They're trying to make up ground, but it's going to be hard on those streaking Red Sox who have just been streaking like crazy. We'll get to them in a minute. Reds 2, Cubs 1, and this one, Cubs, they just can't seem to get things going. We talked about the winning streaks at the top of the... Let's focus on the losing streak here. I think the Cubs have now lost 6, minimum 6, might be 7 in a row now. And it's just, they're really missing, we're missing Rizzo and Bryant, but they were both in the lineup last night, but still couldn't get the offensive going. They got 6 hits, 1 run, and all it took was Cincinnati in the bottom of the 6th putting up 2, and that was the difference. 2 runs on 4 hits to come away with the win. Sonny Gray goes 5, 1 earned runs, 8 Ks, and Alex Mills goes 5.2, 2 earned runs, 9 Ks. Both these starters, very amazing, but Alex Mills, unfortunately, gets the loss in this situation. Can you do? You pitch gem and your team doesn't give you the offensive support, you're going to walk away with a loss. That's kind of how she goes. Astros 6, Indians 3, and the Astros pretty much pounced on them early, 6 runs in the first 3 innings, and they didn't really have to look back at that. In the bottom of the first, the Indians did have a threat to be able to take an early lead, but they didn't cash in, and then the Astros bounced back and really attacked them right away. Hernandez for the Indians hits his 13th of the home season. All those runs for the Houston Astros, no home runs involved. Lance McCullers goes 5.2, 2 earned runs, 8 Ks. The rotation in Houston, we know, is super solid. Hedges, 2.2, 6 earned runs, 3 Ks. It's become an inconsistent story for the Indians on the rotation. It used to be their bread and butter, and without Bieber and without some of the other guys, it's definitely become their downfall, and it's hard to see them making moves without their rotation clicking. White Sox 8, Tigers 3. This game was close. Score doesn't really do it justice. It was 2-2 going into that 9th inning, and that's exactly when the White Sox exploded for 5 runs. I guess you can only keep this offense down for so long. I guess the big story coming from the White Sox camp was Mercedes was optioned, and I don't have it or anything, but there's 2 stories of ever since he'd been called out by LaRusso. The difference in his numbers is quite significant, but you know, he's new to the MLB. People finally catch up. They kind of start seeing where your cold zones are and stuff, so that could be a big part of it as well. So they bring up Berger, which was pretty interesting. Bottom of this lineup, really doing the damage in this game. Vaughn in that 9th inning hits his 8th home run of the season, and Sheets his 2nd, also coming in that 9th inning. That's where the Tigers fell apart. It was Garcia who gave up 4 earned runs in the 9th. Lance Lynn had a nice outing, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, and 9 Ks. Somehow he gets the win, which I found, I'm going to go back, and I thought it was 2-2 going, oh no, it was 3-1 going to the 9th. For some reason I thought it was 2-2, like how could he get the win, but he does. Miz on the other side, 3 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 4 Ks in the loss. I'm not sure what's going on there. He only went 56 pitches. Maybe he got into some sort of trouble, and they had to pull him out. I didn't see that part of the game, so if someone knows, let me know. Atlanta Braves 1, Marlins 0, and the talk around town on these 2 teams is they pretty much hate each other. Marlins are leading the league in hitting Acuna over and over and over, so that seemed to be going around, and I'm assuming that's exactly what caused it. In that first inning, Acuna gets the only run, for sure. Let's see, do we have hit by pitches in here? Hit by pitch Acuna, yeah. So in that first inning, Lopez, I guess, plunked them, and honestly, 1 pitch, 1 ejection, immediately gets out of there. So that's a lot of drama going on there. Maybe that's a video that is in the making for sure. But Lopez gets ejected after that one batter. That's pretty funny. I didn't see that till just now. 1 pitch Awesome. Have to add that to the description. On the other side, though, Drew Smyly had a nice outing, 5.20 earned runs, 7 Ks, holding the Marlins to 0, which isn't the first team to do it, but definitely a big part of it. And believe it or not, Will Smith comes in for his 17th save of the season. There's a lot of drama between these two teams. For whatever reason, the Marlins just hate Acuna because he is just their number, and plunking him on purpose there, getting ejected, he ends up being the winning run. It's perfect justice for sure. Cardinals 9, Rockies 3, and this is another one of those ones where the score isn't quite justified what the game was. Rockies actually had a very big lead in this game going into the 9th. They were up 3-2, and it took the Cardinals a run in the 9th to tie it up and force extras. And then we go to extras, and Bader hits a nice grand slam on top of a couple other runs, and they put up a 6th spot. Molina leading the way, 3 hits, 3 RBIs for these guys. Molina, his 8th home run of the season, coming in the 2nd, and Bader, his 5th, like I just talked about, that came in the 10th inning. On the other side, Diaz, his 6th for Colorado. Gonzalez goes 7 innings, pitched 2 earned runs, 1 strikeout. Monster outing. Colorado's rotation is paid off pretty good this season. The bullpen, however, falls apart, and Almonte gives up 5 earned runs in that extra. Lawrence gets the blown save. Oviedo goes 6, 3 earned runs, 2 Ks. He leaves the game in line for the loss, but the Cardinals, they bailed him out, and Alex Reyes gets the win. He goes 2 full innings in this one, so that's good. He's now 5-2 on the season. What a closer that is 5-2 on the season. You don't see that too often, and usually they're all full of losses, right? Royals 7, Twins 4. These guys have been back for us. This is like a battle of the scrubs. That's what it's feeling like to me. Minnesota got it 3-0. Kansas City answered right back. And their offense finally woke up a little bit here. Perez had a 3-hit night. Santana 2-hit night. Alberto, Merrifield, both 2-hit nights. Salvador Perez, 20th home run of the season, leading the way with all catchers. Clear starter for the American League. In the All-Star game, Alberto hitting his 1st of the season. And the Twins fall short. They don't get any home runs in this one. Happ goes 4.1, 5 earned runs, 4 Ks. I think Happ might be coming pretty much down to the near end of his career at this point. It just seems every game he's starting to get blown up. I'm a little worried for him. He's had a little bit of rough. He is a fly ball pitcher, so maybe it's just a little bit of variance. But if you look at the analytics for the past few seasons, Happ has really been expected to have these kind of outings for a long time. So he gave up 2 home runs in this game. On the side, Brady Singer, 3 innings, pitched 2 earned runs, 4 Ks. They didn't give him a whole lot. 3 innings, 72 pitches to get out of there, but the Twins offense pulls through, gets it done, and etc. Moving along, we got the Angels 8, Orioles 7, and this game was amazing. So much offense, especially early, and then the team settled down, and we're going 7-7 into this 9th inning, and then Shohei Ohtani gets on base. He steals second, and then on a single, which wasn't very deep, the outfielder was playing very shallow. Ohtani ran out, and there was a play at home, and it was flopping around, all that fun stuff, but he does get in there for the winning run, and he's the hero in a way that you don't really suspect. Not a home run, not a pitching performance, but an on-base running performance. So Shohei Ohtani just showing another way of why this guy is setting himself up to make history year in and year out. Iglesias hits his 7th home run of the season. Ohtani ran those bases I was just talking about. He also hit 2 home runs in this game. Insane. The guy is up to 30. We talked about how Vladdy took the lead. He did take the lead temporarily. He was at 29. This game was played later, and then Ohtani comes in. He is now your MLB home run leader. First guy at 30 home runs. Congratulations. Trey Mancini, home run derby man, 15th of the season. Leyba hits his 1st. And then we have Canning going 2.26 earned runs, and Atkin going 3-4 earned runs. Both these starters couldn't really get too far, gave up a bunch of runs. And then the bullpens come in, close that door down. Iglesias gets the win. Moving along, Boston Red Sox 3, Athletics 2. This one went to extras. This one was a highlight coming into this week for me in the power rankings that we do every Sunday, that these two teams were neck and neck. And so I think the Red Sox bouncing out the other side with coming back. They're on quite a win streak themselves. Kike Hernandez ends up being a nice timely hit in this game to walk them off. Not walk them off, but give them the lead in the 10th, and they're able to close the door. After that, no home runs coming from the Red Sox side, but for the A's, we have Lowry hitting his 8th, Andrus hitting his first of the season off of Barnes, which sent it to extras in the first place. So Barnes gets his 4th blown save of the season. They bring Ottavino in for that 10th inning. He gets his 6th save of the season. Has me wonder, with considering Barnes has given up some saves in some key spots, will they go to someone else down the stretch? I wouldn't be surprised if that's something we see. Frankie Montes goes 5.2, 2 earned runs, 3 Ks. A's rotation has been great. They just couldn't get the run support in this series at all against the Red Sox, so the Red Sox walk off. And this one with a nice win. So I think that's back-to-back wins now for the the Red Sox over the A's. They're going to have a couple more games this weekend for sure. Giants 11, D-backs 4. So this was a very important game for the Giants, not because the D-backs, but they have a couple of teams in their division hot on their tails. They were in their longest losing streak / rough stretch that they've had pretty much all season. So it's very important to see how teams bounce back from these kind of things. It's easy to play baseball and all that when you're riding high and winning games, etc., etc. When the mental game is tested and you start going on a losing streak and those other teams behind you are nipping at your heels, that when you perform there, that's what's going to be key. And the Giants come up with a big win here against a team that they need to be beating with all these teams right behind them. So 3-0 early, comes as close as 3-2, but after that it was 7-2 and then 7-4, and then Giants put up a nice 4-run 9th inning and didn't really have to look back. Leading the way, we had Crawford with 3 hits, we had Estrada for 3 hits, 5 RBIs. Dickerson, 7th home run of the season. Wade, his 7th. Estrada, his 1st of the season, is a grand slam in that 9th inning. So pretty much not needed. It's 2 outs in that 9th inning, but whatever. Escobar, big trade bait, 18th home run of the season. Smith, his 7th. And we go to Zach Gallen. Only went 2 innings, 3 earned runs, 3 Ks. A little bit of a short leash, 63 pitches over 2 innings. That's probably why they're taking him. They're taking it easy with him for sure. Alex Wood goes 5 2 earned runs, 8 Ks in the win. Moving along, the last game of the night, we have the Rangers and Mariners. And the Mariners take this one 5-4. Much needed win because the Mariners want to show that they're for real now. They're actually very much in this wild card hunt. And to make sure that you're for real, you got to be picking up the wins against the teams that are much below 500. After losing yesterday to the Rangers, they bounced back with this one. They did blow it in the top of the 9th to force extras. Like the Mariners were leading. They were losing 3-1 halfway through. Mariners added a couple of runs, 1 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th to take a lead, and the Rangers bounced back right in the top of the 9th. Tied up. This game is back and forth. Fraley ends up being the hero in this game with a walk-off hit. He also hit a home run, his 7th of the season in this game. Torrance, his 8th of the season for the Mariners. So a couple of Mariners. Graveman gets charged with a blown save here, and Gilbert goes 5.2, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks in the win. Kyle Gibson goes 5.2, 1 earned runs, 7 Ks. This guy has been just amazing little grab. I'll be interested if he's dealt. He went 110 pitches in not even 6 innings. Gibson is just a monster. Eats up innings, gives you a chance to win every night. So Gibson, very much, in my opinion, a good chance of winning Cy Young in the American League, even though you're on this team and probably not going to get the amount of wins that you should. But that pretty much is it. July 2nd, MLB games, we had 14 of them. The news is just getting this. Baseball is just starting to heat up, ladies and gentlemen. Like, we're in July, August, September, 3 more months, and it's playoff time. So I hope everyone's going to enjoy this weekend. It's going to be a beautiful weekend here in British Columbia. Otherwise, drop a comment in the comments below. Keep this discussion going if you have any questions, etc., etc. Now it's time, and we will see you guys for that next video. Have a good day. Bye.